Welcome, everyone, back to the next episode of the PRFFFFLMP Season 2, Episode 8.
Eight,
Week,
nine.
week, week 8, Episode 9.
Yep,
That's right. Okay. And I am one of your co-hosts, Trevor, and this is the other one of your co-hosts. His name is
that's me. I'm Sam.
Sam, and we have a very special guest with us today. The one and only, some would say the great, great, great grandfather of Party Room Film Festival. His name is Andrew the King.
That's what they keep calling me.
King.
Andrew, how are you?
I'm great, man. I'm here talking football with my boys, playing football and Madden, wearing the jersey of the greatest
Yeah,
football player in Pennsylvania history.
nice.
Um,
Abdul Carter.
Unfortunately for you, no. The
Ben
Saquon.
Roethlisberger.
He's not from Pennsylvania.
Mm.
Oh, well,
Saquon Barkley, born, raised, won a Super Bowl in Pennsylvania. The
Mm.
how about that?
Other than
Well,
other than the Benjamin Franklin, probably the greatest Pennsylvanian to ever live.
For,
well, did he win a Super Bowl in Pennsylvania or was
mm.
it in like
He won a
like
Super Bowl with Pennsylvania.
He won a Super Bowl for Pennsylvania.
Mm.
okay.
Did he win
Okay.
a Super Bowl for Pittsburgh?
Yeah, because they're not winning it themselves. So
Fair
we need
enough.
what they can get.
I'm wearing the sweater of a team that's never lost a football game ever.
That's right.
Wow, yeah,
Yeah, check it out.
undefeated.
That's right. I'm
Uh,
wearing the sweater that I bought at Sam's Club.
Nice.
have they lost a Super Bowl?
Sam's
Never.
Club never lost a Super
Sam's
Bowl.
Club is in fact undefeated.
Sam's Club undefeated in Super Bowls.
All right.
Love it.
Well, let's just get straight to this thing, right?
Let's do it. Andrew, thanks for joining us. Such last minute notice. We love having our guests on here. It's good to have you here on a week where you actually won a game for a
Yeah, it's a
change.
little tough to come by for you.
It is a
Yeah.
change of pace. I will say the difference is you did have me on in a week where I did not really watch any football. So,
Hmm. Well, that's
uh,
okay.
yeah, not going to be able to contribute. I was too busy shredding those miles all around DC.
Hey,
Yeah.
I think that just
Oh,
makes
my
it even
mod
better
sticks are
for
done.
that makes it better for the podcast. Oh, getting mozzarella sticks, huh? All right. Well, Trevor, where should we start? Should we just start at the top like we always
Sure.
do?
Let's start at the
Wonder-
top because this actually is a matchup that is worth noting this week.
Why is it that so I understand why yours is always the first one because it's your profile, but why
Yeah.
is mine always the second one?
I do not know.
I don't
That's
know.
it is interesting, you know? How does it know?
Yeah. I don't know.
And then Andrews is third.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't make
Hmm.
sense. Sam kind of makes sense because you could be like, oh, it's the commissioner, maybe.
Probably.
But other than that, I don't know. Maybe it senses seniority.
Yeah. Yeah, that's got to be what it is.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get it started.
So one thing to note about this week, the you would look at it and you'd say, "Wow, it was a close week," which it was. However, when you take a look at the projections,
The
um,
projections are wild.
it was not projected to be a close week. And granted, it's a little skewed because for whatever reason, fantasy did this thing where if someone goes on IR, it changes their projection to 0, whereas he was
Yeah.
projected for maybe 10
Uh,
points.
sure.
Still, even with that, right, that would
You
have me
need to get like
projected at 78 to Jacob's 104. So
Hmm.
it was still a pretty dramatic dub, especially when you
Mhm.
consider my starting quarterback was Spencer Rattler, who lost one fumble through one interception, had 12 rushing yards and 136 passing yards.
Sure.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
I was going to
Better
say
than
it's a
nothing.
Spencer Rattler, you
Yeah.
know. When I
Considering that
think
my
of
And
what
he got benched halfway through the game too.
yeah, he got benched for Tyler Shuck.
what I like to
Love
think of
Shucks.
when I look at like football players is like, could that name be in any other field? You
Hmm.
know, like, oh my gosh, I need open heart surgery. I'm going to the local hospital
Yeah.
and I'm going to be operated on by Dr. Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's what you want.
Call in Dr. Cam Scattaboo.
Cam Scattaboo, or
Mm.
even like,
I definitely wouldn't want someone named Scattaboo
Yeah.
operating on me.
No.
or like, I'm going to
Paige
learn about
Kayshawn.
science from Professor Baker Mayfield,
Yeah.
Or
Anyway,
Dr.
Quick,
Booty.
Paige Kayshawn Booty. The patient's coded.
Yeah.
You
right.
know.
Yeah.
I do think there is something to the name game because like I'll sit there and like when the Bengals draft someone, I think like, okay, Shamar Stewart, is that the name of a superstar? And for the Bengals, most of the time the answer is no.
It's
And
pretty
most of
easy
the
for
time it's
you.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Eagles, it's like, all right, we're getting like Lane Johnson. It's like, well, that guy's probably going to be a Hall of Fame offensive lineman.
Yeah.
That's a solid name.
Yeah, that's a big boy name.
But what about like Travis Kelsey? That feels like a little bit of a vanilla name.
It does. I mean, judging by the fiance, I think that's fair to say that was accurate. So
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well,
let's look
anyways,
here at let's look here at the teams and the breakdowns. Yeah, I mean that's crazy, Trevor. Like you had really low projection
yeah.
for a lot of your team. Did you just have a bunch of people on bye this week?
Oh yeah. No one else on my team played football this week.
Wow. Yeah, that's
The,
crazy. So that's crazy. Like your team, like almost everybody except your quarterback, like almost doubled their projection.
the defense didn't
Um,
do anything.
well, that's true.
Yeah,
A lot of your team blew their projection out of the water. Let's say
that's
that.
correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's crazy that you're able to get 104 points this week with a quarterback scoring 3. That's pretty
yeah,
insane.
yeah. It
I don't
really
know who your opponent was, but they should be very embarrassed. Oh, it's Jacob. Yeah, Jacob, you should
yeah.
be super
He
embarrassed.
should be very
he was actually
embarrassed. Yeah,
texting me all week this week, talking about how embarrassed he was he lost to Trevor.
yeah. No,
Oh,
that
that's
checks
good.
out. Yeah,
He should keep doing that because he should stay embarrassed.
yeah. You know, I'd also want to point out that, he was all high on Bijan Robinson, but look at Bijan. Bijan doesn't, I mean, what is this? He can't even beat
That's
the
rough.
Dolphins.
That was a real football shocker.
Yeah,
The Dolphins getting manhandled by the Dolphins.
yeah. And to quote our favorite singer, the Dolphins are useless on dry land. Anybody get it?
Nope.
No. Oh, maybe
No.
Aaron gets it. You don't remember this one, Andrew? The dude
No.
that sings the Colts song.
Oh,
Beat
yeah.
the Dolphins, they're useless on dry land.
I don't remember that specific one.
I do because it was
Uh,
awesome.
Now here's a question.
Yeah.
What would you say has been more of an overall disappointment this year? The Miami Dolphins or Red Pilled the Party Room film?
That is a tough one. Now, to be
That's a
fair,
tough one.
I think the actual name is Red Pilled Sabotage.
I was trying to find that on YouTube and my internet was slow.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
I
I would
mean,
say I would say as a fellow as the red team captain, I'm not gonna say that red pill
You're
is
the blue
sabotage.
team captain, Sam.
What?
You were Bluegio team captain.
it's true.
Oh, was I? Well, you know
Yeah.
what? You know what? Can we cut this part
Cut
out of the
that, cut that,
podcast?
cut that.
Yeah, just
All
fix
right.
that in post. And then
And
okay,
okay.
all right, take two. As the blue team captain,
Yeah.
I cannot say that I was disappointed in a blue team film. So I'm going to say that Miami Dolphins are the most disappointing. The Miami Dolphins are the red team of the NFL.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
truly. I just got crossed up with the name of the film, and yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah. I do want to point out one thing here about my team. Actually, two things. One, Rip Cam Scattaboo broke his ankle, needed
Yeah.
surgery.
All
That's
right.
that's a tough one. I may trade him to Paul now that he's useless to me, just so
Sure.
Paul can have the scatterers and the scat man himself.
Oh, yeah.
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 RJ Harvey somehow managed to salvage my week by scoring 2 touchdowns on 46 yards. So that's
Mhm.
pretty cool.
Touchdowns
Um,
always.
Yeah. And then Oronde Gaddison, the premier pop-up tight end, these
Where did
last
that come from?
nowhere. In the last 3 weeks, he has had a boatload of targets, a boatload of catches, a boatload of yards. It's coming from almost nothing. And maybe we should have looked into him after week 3 when he had 7 targets, but um, I mean, kind of just blew up on the scene, and he had a big week for me with 677 yards or something, and a bunch of catches and a touchdown. So that was pretty huge.
Mhm.
Yeah, Kier had a pretty big game for you too.
Booty's coming on. I think he's got 3 touchdowns in 3 weeks. No,
Yeah.
4 touchdowns in 3 weeks.
Booty, rocking everywhere.
That's right.
That is
I mean,
one big booty game.
It is.
Nobody believed in my booty the way I did.
Lots of people are fans of booty, though.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
I love Booty.
Yeah.
Lot of men do. Yeah,
I'm a big booty guy when you think about it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, real quick thing I do want to mention about your team is obviously we do have to take a moment of silence for Cam Scatabo, right? Like a guy who he is so popular that even the worst of the worst, the Philadelphia Eagles fans gave him a standing ovation as he was carted.
Yeah.
And they brought him cheesesteaks. What was it? They brought him cheesesteaks.
Pizza and cheesesteaks.
Pizza and cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
I will say Philadelphia pizza, that's not as big of a compliment. As big of a gift as one might imagine.
But the cheesesteak
Cheesesteaks is a big deal.
Yeah.
So,
But I will say, as someone that spent the last week in a hospital, I would imagine any food that isn't hospital food, he was thrilled to see.
that is fair.
What was
Yeah.
that? Did I just draw on the screen?
Yeah.
No, that was me.
You did that?
Whoa. Yeah, I sure did. How about that?
That's cool.
I'm glad for
Neat.
our audio podcast.
Well, so now oh wait, is it this draw button?
Yeah.
Oh, now I can like circle stuff.
This is amazing.
Okay, cool. Well, that'll definitely come up.
Are we a year and a half or 2.5 years into this podcast?
We are just, this is the most consistent podcast we have in all of Party Room.
Mm-hmm.
We just keep advancing in the production value because
That's right,
of
we do.
how consistent we've been.
All right. So next up, we've got Sam versus who did you play?
I can tell you if you scroll up a little bit.
I did. Matt.
Matt.
You gave Matt his first loss of the season.
Big.
Yeah. I sure did. The Green Force
Huge.
Fighters could not force the win. Yeah, so you look at Chase Brown getting 24 points, in a losing effort, which is always fun for the Bengals.
Yeah.
You've got
to be used to that by
Mahomes.
now at this point, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'll take it. Not really, but yeah. Patty Mahomes didn't look very good in the first half. You know what? I was really scared there for a second going in that Monday night game because I was watching the first quarter and like Terry McLaurin wasn't doing anything. Bill Krosky wasn't doing anything. And then like Patrick Mahomes threw like 2 interceptions, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna lose. But I looked at it at like third quarter and I was winning by like 10 already. And I was like, whoa, okay, here we go. So it was a good week for me. Justin Jefferson did okay. I'm a little worried about Jefferson because the quarterback situation there in Minnesota.
Hard to catch the ball when no one's throwing it to you.
Yeah.
George
Pickens did all right. Terry McLaurin had a good week. I don't know if he's even going to play again, but that trade that me and Aaron made seemed to pay off for me this week. But it was a tough fight for the Green Force Fighters, but they just couldn't ball it out.
They could not. Tough one. Let's take a look here at the bench.
Do you think the Green Force Fighters would have had a better shot if they were a different color, like red or yellow?
It's a good point.
I don't know. But
we'll leave that to we'll have you sound off in the comments if you think the Green Force Fighters would have had a better time if they were a different color.
Yeah. Matt's team didn't really put up a bunch of numbers. Dowdle hasn't been much since Hubbard came back. Baker Mayfield had a bad week. Keenan Allen wasn't great.
Keenan scored a touchdown, didn't he?
Keenan Allen, no.
He didn't. No.
But I want to say this. Matt gave us a hard time in last week's comments. I'm not going to pretend like I read the comment because I didn't. Because he just told me this. But
Sure.
last week I called myself the hottest team in the league,
Mm,
and he was like, "How are you going to call yourself the hottest team in the league when you got two teams that are 7-0?"
it's
It's like, well,
fair.
you know what, Matt? I'm gonna get rid of one of those 7-0 teams,
That's
and it
right.
just happens to be you. So I'm still gonna say that even though Josiah's in an 8-0, I'm on a 6 game win streak. I'm the hottest team in the league.
Mm,
I'm just gonna stick with it.
okay. You're sticking to your guns. I like it.
Yep.
I like it. All right.
Double down.
Double down. Now,
Barkley just scored a touchdown. That's good.
Can we get rid of these circles, Trevor?
if you must.
I say
Yeah.
keep them. I say we just build.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Whoa, can I
No.
add? Whoa, I can add a hearts. Andrew, I'm hearting your victory.
I did too, actually.
Jeez.
That's so many hearts.
All right. So, Andrew taking a dub. That's pretty unlike you. So, tell us a little bit
It
how it
is.
feels to feel in the winner's circle.
I mean, it feels great, only in the PRFFFFL can you go from the 10 seed to the 6 seed in 1 week. Pretty happy about that.
That's right.
Obviously a much needed win. Was pretty concerned when I had to on Saturday throw in my third string quarterback, Mac Jones. But
Yeah.
obviously he pulled it out, 13 projected, finished with 19. Gotta love that. And, just when you think, I don't know if the Eagles can get it together. Saquon Barkley says, not on my watch. You forgot that we're playing the Giants and I'm going to have the game of my life. And he certainly did. So, gotta love that. That's why right now I'm repping the number two. Oh, I'm gone. Let's see. There I am. I'm back.
There you are.
Number 2-6, back in the 2-1-5 there, putting up 31.4 points. Another fun stat is every Sunday I have run a marathon. The Philadelphia Eagles have won that day.
Wow.
Interesting.
3
So
and
are
0.
you just, so you're just gonna run marathons every day now?
I think I might have to. I
I
think
think you
that's
do.
what has to happen at this point. So, 2023, I run the Philly Marathon. We beat the Chiefs, I believe 21-17. It might be 2017. I Googled it right before this podcast started,
Yeah.
and I forget the exact score. And then last year, I run the DC Marathon. Eagles easily beat the Cincinnati Bengals. I probably didn't even need to run that one, but I did anyway. And then
Yeah, we're talking about this year.
this year, I ran a marathon and the Eagles beat the Giants very handily, by taking the soul and the life out of
Would
them.
So
you say
that was the second time they played, right? Not the first time.
It was the second time. Yeah.
Okay.
would you say that you running that marathon made Cam Scatterboo break his ankle?
I can certainly hope so. One can only dream. We'll never know for certain in this life, but
Yeah.
that's what I will be conveying to my children. But
Yeah.
yeah, overall, just happy with the
Oh.
performance. Also happy with the Buffalo defensive performance, right? I did know going into this game,
Yeah.
the Carolina Panthers are not good, and they will not be better with Bryce Young not being at quarterback. So that's the easy start there in
Yeah.
Buffalo.
So they started Andy Dalton, and as we all, as fans of the show will know, or maybe, I don't know if this is a show thing, but Andy Dalton is the perfect quarterback to determine how good or bad your team is.
Correct.
So if you've got Andy Dalton starting and your team's bad, then your team's bad.
Yeah.
Correct.
And they looked really bad. So
On the
Panthers
flip side, if Andy Dalton
Panthers are
starts and your team wins, then your team is good. Again, the problem is the Panthers did not, in fact, win.
Yep.
Thus proving Andy Dalton, obviously proving that the Panthers are bad. So
Yep.
Now,
It's
how
a
far does that go with Andy Dalton? Could you say what about like Joe Flacco? If Joe Flacco's your quarterback,
I think it only works with Andy Dalton.
it does actually.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that is true.
Fair enough.
But yeah, you had a good week here, Andrew. It was good to
Yeah.
see Barkley finally, pay off for you. Trevor, let's see what else we got here. Flacco, for Mitch, that Flacco's been working out. Would Josh Allen, would Josh Allen have been better this week? I don't think so. I think Joe Flacco scored more points than Josh Allen. Did Mitchell's Chuba Hubbard run dry this week?
You got to watch out for those Trouble Hubbards, man.
Yeah.
They
I don't know
will.
if I'd say it ran dry.
He had a touchdown.
Yeah, he salvaged it. He salvaged
Yeah.
it by getting across the finish line. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little bit of a moist Chuba Hubbard this week, I guess.
Yikes.
He salvaged a tough day with a strong finish.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Chuba Hubbard, is they're always going to finish.
He tugged one out. We'll say that.
They don't,
Yeah.
one tug's all it takes
Yeah.
Yeah.
to save the
Hard to
fantasy
hide
day.
something like that, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Saquon popped off the first real good game of the season for him, right? I mean, I guess he's had a few okay performances, but for um for his performance, nothing for what we're used to from Saquon,
Well,
not
here
really
you
what
go.
we're shooting for.
Statistically, it's the first 100 yard rushing
Yeah.
game of the season, right?
Yeah.
It does help. It's a lot easier to run for 100 yards in a game when your offensive line lets you not get hit behind the
Yeah.
line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that certainly helps. Obviously, also, there's a little extra going into it. Playing the Giants, you do want a little bit of revenge there, and they did get that. So that's good to see. This is actually kind of a legit question. Sam, I was trying to look at this earlier. I know Joe Flacco's questionable. Is this technically he's questionable, but he's almost certainly going to play again, or is he like out?
He didn't practice today, so we're gonna see. It sounded like that maybe he might not play, at least based on what I saw earlier today.
Now, would you say this might even be a Carson Wentz scenario where, regardless of how terribly injured he is, the coach will force him out onto the field until he dies?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I mean, Zach Taylor's not one to be known for making good decisions.
Yeah.
No one's accused
So I
him
guess
of
we'll
that.
have to see.
For those of you at home that might not know, Carson Wentz was very clearly terribly injured
Yeah.
and in a lot of pain.
Several weeks ago.
Yeah, and so this week he just kept getting hammered, and Kevin O'Connell, the head coach, just kept sending him on out, saying, "Get back out there, guy."
And he
Yeah.
tore his labrum or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, he was playing
insane
with a
injury.
torn labrum, tons of pain. It reminded me of when I was in like high school. I don't even remember what the movie was, but there was this like, when they made all those like joke movies, like the fake Scream movies and all those ones.
Yeah, yeah.
There was one, and I don't even remember the context. All I remember was there was a football game, and there was this really big lineman that got knocked unconscious, and he had like a concussion, and the coach was like, "He gets out there no matter what. He's our best player." So they like taped his legs to the lineman next to him and his arm to the lineman next to him. So they're like walking out with this guy taped to them, but he's completely limp.
Yeah.
And then he just got knocked over and they sacked the quarterback. But it was very funny.
What I will say about Carson Wentz, say what you want about the guy, he at least plays injured, unlike other quarterbacks in the league who like stub their toe and are out for the season. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah. I wouldn't know
Yeah.
anyone with toe injuries that would be out for the season.
Well, I don't know anybody with a stub toe, so yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah. Well, let's keep moving then. Next
I will add as we move on that Mitchell was my pick at the beginning of the year for the
he
team that
was.
would take it all. Not looking too good.
I think Aaron was my pick as well, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
Then neither of us are really looking too good, but but Aaron at least won this week, so huzzah.
He sure did. Although he was playing the Smelly Woods, so if he didn't win.
Yeah. So the main takeaway from this week is that Zach needs to fix his lineup because he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 teams that didn't play, or 5 players that didn't play.
Sure.
Yeah.
And granted, those are supposed to be some of the 5 like power players, right? That's the like where all the bulk of your points come from.
Yeah.
And this game was a whole lot closer than it should have been for him only fielding a defense, a kicker, Tyrone Tracy, and Drake May.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that I'll add to this is why, throughout the season, even in the darkest of darkest moments of the season when I was like, man, there really truly is like no hope for me. The one hope I did see at the end of the tunnel was I did think there's probably at least 4 other people who will not check their lineups enough to give me a spot in the playoffs.
That's right. Yeah.
and the Hollywoods is certainly one of those squads.
Yeah, no, that checks out. Um, yeah, Aaron didn't do anything special this week. Indiana Jones did what Indiana Jones does.
Derrick
Um,
Henry, Derrick Henry finally had a good game too.
he did. He finally cracked through, you know.
All hail King Henry.
So
Yeah,
here's a topic for you guys. Real life football question. So the
Yeah.
Colts are on top of the AFC right now. Is
Yeah.
Indiana Jones an MVP?
I think the problem is that Jonathan Taylor really is probably doing the bulk of the work on that team.
So is Jonathan Taylor the MVP?
Yes, but he won't.
Yes. He should be.
Yeah.
That's not the way voting works, but he should be.
Yeah, I do want to make it clear for the party room chat that it's not that I don't think Jonathan Taylor is not deserving of MVP. My point is more like he's not a quarterback, so therefore he doesn't get it.
Yeah, he won't get it
Yeah.
Like
because
like if as Trevor and I had this conversation earlier, and like, okay, maybe it's not exactly to apples, but like Saquon Barkley could have broken the rushing record, and I don't know for an absolute certainty that he would have won the MVP, and that's actually crazy.
you know, I heard a really good analogy the other day that like anyone that isn't a quarterback in the race for MVP, they're essentially like an independent candidate running for office.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
you might like them and you might actually think they'll be the best. You might genuinely think they're the best candidate, they would do the best job.
Make for great think pieces.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you feel like you're throwing your vote away if you vote for an independent over, you know, a quarterback. And I think that pretty much perfectly encapsulates how voting for them.
I'm going to steal that. Yeah, it's perfect, right? Because, Saquon Barkley, 2,000 yard season, obviously the main reason for the Eagles' success. They go on to win the Super Bowl, right? And he has 0 first place MVP votes.
Yeah, exactly. And he got a ton of votes, but no first place votes.
No first place, right? And it's like, all right, well, it doesn't matter. So,
Let's get back to let's get back to the
the red square.
Yeah, there you go. So Drake May, another good week for him. Tyrone Tracy is going to be getting some touches now that Scabadoo is out.
Yep.
So maybe brighter days ahead for Zach. He had a lot of his starters on the bye this week, so if he's not going to be checking his team, then that might be good.
He probably should start Rashee Rice, though, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Zach, I know you're not listening, but you should start Rashee Rice.
Yeah. We do need to move through these a little faster. We only have like 7 minutes left.
Oh, shit.
Okay. All right, the Scat Pack.
Paul is on a win streak, right? He's coming in hot. 2 weeks.
You know what? I'm going to track my statement. Paul's the hottest team in the league right now. That's some hot scat over there.
Undefeated over the last 2 weeks.
That's right.
Defending champion, everything's going good. He's got Jalen Hurts, Jamar Chase, Chris Olave, Breece Hall.
He did fall into the same trap that I did in one league where you're like, oh, this, New York Jets versus Cincy game is bound to be a low-scoring stinker, and then get absolutely decimated on defense.
Why would you think that'd be a low-scoring game? Both defenses are terrible.
Also, why would you think Paul would pick the team based on what he thinks will be a low?
No, that's fair. Historically, the games the Jets have played have been low-scoring affairs.
That's fair.
Seeing as they lost 2 back-to-back games where their opponents scored 13 points.
Yep. Paul's kicker got 23 more points than his defense did. That's impressive.
That is. His kicker scored 23 more points than the other kicker in both defenses.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Speaking of that, where's Levi at? Levi started strong and has really fallen off.
Kind of like his career in Party Room, right? Because you win the first 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
Then you fall off. That's right.
If Levi listened to this podcast, that comment would make him really angry.
Yeah.
It didn't necessarily help that Levi had Bryce Young as a starting quarterback. It certainly helped they had James Cook, but that didn't really do much for him. So
yeah,
I don't know what Levi's going to do here. I mean, I don't. Who's the other quarterback? Kyler Murray. Yeah, he didn't
Hmm.
really have much of a choice, but I don't know. Poor Levi.
Poor Levi.
But
Well,
today, it's just not his year.
just not
So,
his year.
since you guys have been doing this podcast for about a year and a half now, would you say that teams that start a full roster tend to do better week to week?
Most of the time, I
Yeah,
would say like 95% of the time.
that's an interesting question. I think the data supports starting players that will play though. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it has happened
Un-
before, I'm pretty
Unless it's the
certain.
Jets defense.
Now, speaking of
Yes.
players that will play, how do we feel about AJ Brown?
Do you want that's a can of worms. Uh,
Yeah, put a big
what's
X
not to
over him.
say about AJ Brown? No, I mean here's the thing, right? Yikes, he did so bad.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
in
he
general, I would not start any Eagles receiver. I think we've
No.
established
As
that.
a principal,
As
yeah.
a principal, I
yeah,
do think part of it is because we're a run first team. However, I think we're becoming more of a pass first team. However, we have a lot of receiving options. So,
yeah,
uh,
Philly Goddard, Devontae Smith doing pretty good. So
and Barkley is also catching stuff as well, right? So, like, there's no solid wide receiver one. It's like wide receiver one and wide receiver 1A. So, yeah, it might, much like the Eagles are looking to trade AJ Brown, that might be something that, whatever team has AJ Brown, obviously I know, but would love
go here.
for
So let's
Trevor
go
to
talking
scroll
about
up so I can see
football.
what
So
team
yeah, we'll
has.
look at the other team that he's playing here. We got Dak Prescott on Cody's team, did really good with those 8.6 points. But
Huge
the rest
performance
of
from Dak.
the rest of Cody's team, Cody was doing the Aaron strategy this week, starting all three Indianapolis Colt receivers, and that worked out for him.
Hmm.
So I know Aaron was very proud to see Cody have some success this week.
I think the
Um,
big note though is right the Kamani Vidal pickup, right? I mean, that's panned out pretty nicely for Cody here.
I'd say so.
He's got two 20-point performances. He's got one dud, but I don't know. That looks pretty good to me. 45 points over the last
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Some might say that was a vital pickup for Cody.
It's true. Some might say that.
Yeah.
Now we could
Um,
also say Dicker the kicker scored 19 more points
yeah.
than Tanner's defense.
Yeah, they did.
That's big Dicker the kicker.
Big,
Yeah.
he missed one too, I think, didn't he? He
Really
could he could have knocked on a couple more points there.
big Dicker energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey didn't have a great week.
No.
Kelsey looked really good. Dicker, Troy Franklin, good start for Tanner there.
Yeah,
Um,
that was kind of a breakout game there for Troy Franklin. Looking like he may be becoming a real part of that offense over there in Denver. I think also we maybe didn't expect Denver to be good this year.
yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Um,
actually disagree with that. I think a lot of people had them picked to be the Super Bowl winner,
did
actually.
did they
Those people
really?
those
Did
people
they?
those people were insane, but there
Yeah,
were
yeah.
a bunch of
Yeah,
people.
those people are wrong.
Yes, but
I
they are not a people
this
had
is
I will say.
this is the first I'm hearing of that. I don't know if I believe that, but we'll go
No,
with it.
that's a real thing.
Well, let's get straight into the Baja blasting of the week. Uncle
Yeah.
Dewey just couldn't keep up with
Fam,
Josiah's team, which is an actual juggernaut at this point. He put up 150 points and didn't have a wide receiver play the football game.
And that's a strong
insane.
indication of the poor management, I think, of
Hmm.
Vampire Dewey and just
Yeah,
a total
Yeah,
lack of understanding of the football landscape.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
At that point, you got
Josh
to just
Allen
blame coaching.
Josh Allen couldn't save the vampire this week.
How does the vampire feel about Quentin Johnston's fall off?
The vampire's a little scared because Quentin Johnson was a pretty big part of the season for him. So
Yeah.
it's not looking good. Yeah, Kareem Hunt did good, Harold Fannin, but I don't know. The vampire, I don't know.
Vampire
It's
needs some
not
help.
looking too good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely needs some more help. So
Yeah.
I think he's Aaron this week. So Aaron, pay your dues.
I do want to point out on Josiah's team, he started two tight ends this week. And
Hmm,
between the two tight ends, he put up over 45 points.
That's incredible. I saw
that's
that.
really crazy.
Yeah. insane. Obviously, JT, he's finally done it. He's the number one scoring fantasy football player on the season.
Yep.
Granted, he is still pre-bye, so that is a little bit inflated, but what an absolute monster season he's had. He's had 2 games where he's scored less than 20 points, and he still came away with double-digit points in both of those performances.
And this was overall a big week for Josiah, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, taking it to Vampire